Joy, Shannon, this story just tears me up on two levels. I've gotten to know Josh Gordon a little bit. I want to tell you, no exaggeration, this is a sharp kid. This is a smart kid, perceptive kid, insightful kid, eloquent kid. Still a kid, but highly impressive and deeply flawed, as we just saw once again. And I think I connected with him or related to him or maybe empathized with him because he knew of my background. I came from a long line of alcoholics in my extended and immediate family. Grandfather, grandmother, uncle drank himself to death when he was 39, my mother's brother. And I grew up with two parents, hardcore alcoholics. And I'm not looking for pity, I'm just giving you perspective because I live to tell, I'm fine with it, but I also understand it. And so I understand what Josh Gordon continues to struggle with, addiction. Once you have the demons of addiction, it's so hard to rid yourself of them. And some people fail. My father failed. My father finally drank himself to death. It was like slow suicide when I was 22. Died of cirrhosis of the liver. Quit eating, just kept drinking until his liver failed. My mom, that same year, a little later, nearly killed herself driving drunk. Went to Alcoholics Anonymous and saved her life and continues to attend AA meetings to this day because it's the only way she can stay alive. And she would tell you she still has a disease. Josh Norman still has a disease. And I've talked to him about it, and when you talk to an addict, or whether it's alcohol, drugs, whatever, they can be so convincing that they have their problem under wraps and under control. And he convinced me a couple of times he was on the right path out of his addiction. And I got to know his brother a little bit. He convinced me, I got it, I got him. And then I started to hear stories through the summer. Josh is out here in LA, living with Johnny Manziel. And I heard some horror stories about what was going on. I'm not talking about little drugs. I'm talking about hard drugs, both of them. And just tore me apart because I knew this day was coming when we would hear this announcement that he finally, I hope, gave up and gave in. It's what they call in AA hitting bottom, and said, I can't beat it myself. I got to go to hardcore rehab to beat a hardcore addiction problem. And I hope he's actually doing that. Johnny fooled us into, Johnny Manziel, I'm going to rehab. And it was all a bunch of baloney. It was all for show. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fake it for a couple of months. And then I'm going to go out, and the first night out, I'm going to order another drink, which will lead to this, which will lead to that. And God bless Johnny Manziel. I still pull for him. I pray for him. And I'm not sure he's ever going to hit enough bottom to do what Josh just did. But I hope this will take for Josh. The problem is, if we get back to the football field, which seems almost irrelevant right now in his context, it seems almost meaningless. But remember, if he comes back, let's just say he tries to come back sober, clean, next football season, because it'll take that long if he's really committed
Serious
to
about
this.
doing it.
He will have been out for almost 3 years of playing football. He last played in December of 2014.
Correct.
Well, after a while, you just sort of lose it, right?
Yep.
And what continues to haunt me about this is we saw that one breakthrough year that he had. That was a Hall of Fame arc to me. We saw over an extended period of time, I'll never forget that game he played in Foxborough, where the Patriots just could not cover him.
Yep.
Remember that? He's just running loose time. 2, 3 Patriots are chasing him. They couldn't cover him because he's big and fast and smart, great hands. He had Hall of Fame ability that was maybe fatally flawed. I hope not, but now he's going to try to defeat his real problem, which will lead him back to a football field. And now you're going to have to tell me, what will he have left maybe next fall, about this time next year? I fear that he won't have enough left. And then he'll wake up one day, if he's still with us, because this is some serious stuff he's involved with, and he'll say, what was I thinking? Well, you weren't. You weren't in control of your life or your goals or your future. You let it go because you couldn't beat the demons.